Have you ever met someone on an online dating site and thought, wow, this guy is perfect for me, or she is simply amazing, only to find out they were hiding a deep, dark secret? They plan to vote for Hillary. FreedomLovers.us was created for singles who want to exchange ideas and a love for freedom. People who are looking for solutions to create and defend freedom in the real world, and at the same time, getting that once in a lifetime chance to find their true soulmate. Whether you are interested in meeting your soulmate, making new friends, networking, or hanging out with that like minded liberty lover, visit freedomlovers.us. It's the first free dating site and community. So, Patriots, don't waste your time with other dating sites. FreedomLovers.us is the place where like-minded singles really click.
Here we go, guys and girls. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca and Zanna on K-Talks 1340 AM in the United States.FM network. Final hour, the hour about love. Now, I'm telling you, normally I always have a guest or some specific interview that I would like to share with you during this hour. Today I felt like a little bit to relax. Yes, I sometimes like to go back to the original format almost of the show, that there was not really anything prepared, especially when I was live on the radio. You can call in and we can talk about anything you want. Or even better, sometimes you don't even need to call in. I just go there and whatever comes to my mind, I'm going to share with you. Today I feel a little bit like that. I said I would like to sometimes take it easy a little bit from the interviews and bring back a little bit the basics of our humanity, especially what comes to my mind, maybe sharing with you. Now, I would like to open the lines. I know there is a caller that she would like to say something. I don't know exactly what she's going to say. All I know that this is the hour about love. So I'm relaxing. Today I'm drinking, after I finish my Zanna coffee, I have this very unique, at least very interesting, I don't know about unique, little liquor. It's called Jägermeister. They're like 52 herbs from Germany. I like it. I don't drink heavy alcohol. This is the only thing that I consider like alcohol, like the liqueur, but it's different. You know, it's kind of almost like I don't know how you call it, but after lunch, it really helps the digestion. I don't really go for whiskey or scotch or things like that. But anyway, I'm relaxing, I'm having fun. Let me get this caller. Let's see, first of all, is a man or is a woman? Let's find out. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. From the voice, you sound like a woman. That's great.
Hi.
Okay, beautiful. I'm glad to hear. First of all, what is your name? If you have a name, if you want to share a name.
Sylvia.
Sylvia. Wow, Sylvia. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Mohave County.
Okay, so you're a neighbor. Excellent. You know, sometimes I got callers from different parts of the world lately, but I like always to find my neighbors. Go ahead. You have the floor. Anything you want to ask or anything you want to say, you got the floor.
Okay, well, it's kind of exciting I get to interview you. I've been listening to you since you've been on the air, and so
wow,
this is kind of exciting for me. And this is your hour about love, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I have a few questions.
Oh, gosh.
First of all, what makes you smile?
Okay, before I go
I'm
ahead.
one of your super fans, and I know I'm not the only one. I know that a lot of us want to know
Okay,
some of the answers to the questions
before,
going to be asked.
Before we go ahead, I need to give you a little note, okay? I always will use my right of Fifth Amendment, okay? So I will plead my fifth in case I don't like the questions. Number one, and nothing too personal, please, okay? So anyway, let me start with this one. I think I can handle the smile part. What makes me smile? Okay, make me smile. First of all, I don't know.
Besides the Jägermeister.
A glass of Jägermeister, a nice meal, my kitty jumping on me, or I don't know, the smile of a baby makes me smile too. Simple things, that's what make me smile. Of course, a new gun always makes me smile.
Okay, who's your favorite actor?
That's a good question, because I don't really watch anymore, or at least I don't go to theaters regularly like when I used to be, I don't know, a kid. But yes, I still have some movies that I like. The problem now that I don't really have any more favorite actors. Maybe I like more like a type of movies, or maybe the movie itself. But let's say I used to like a lot, for example, Al Pacino. Um,
Oh,
and I still like him somehow. Even of course, I don't see any new movies that really make him so, let's say, sticking out like he used to. So Al Pacino was for me one of my favorite actors out there. Uh, you know, Sylvester Stallone in some movies, even I don't think it's such a great actor, but he had some emotional movies like Rocky One, the first one. I thought he did a great job in capturing the emotions of the public. In this case, me as a young man. But now, honestly, can't stand it very much at all, especially with this. I don't know. All this package sound like kind of hypocritical, in my opinion, especially when it comes down to the Second Amendment as an hypocrite. I like Bruce Willis, but most important, my favorite actor that he just passed out. Is that right to say pass out? I mean, when he's dead?
no, passed away.
Pass away, I'm sorry. See, I was completely pass out when you're drunk, you pass out. Anyway, pass away or was Thomas Millian. That I spoke during the second hour briefly with my friend Fabrizio Eltenda. And this man, he was original from Cuba. Then he became an American. Then he came to Italy and he started his career really as an actor in the spaghetti western movies, even before in the intellectual movies during the 60s. And then, of course, was very famous with this character called Ermonezza during the middle 70s, 80s. This sort of serpico, very, let's say, this cop, this policeman, Italian policeman with a very, let's say, funny accent and also a language not exactly for PG-13, but he created like some sort of a cult movie during the 70s and the 80s. And that for me was the actor that I really grew up with, and I like him a lot.
So he's an Italian actor. Was he in any American movies that I might be familiar with?
Well, yes, he is in very minor roles compared when he was in Italy. In Italy, he was a star. He had pretty much he was the main actor. He had different movies in America. For example, he did, I guess, a movie with Steven Spielberg about the black slavery. I forgot the name. Then another one was the movie with about the drug cartel. There were some movies he did minor parts, but I need to feel. I have the books. I don't remember now the name of the movies in America. But one was, for example, about with Michael Douglas, and was about, I think, the drug cartel. And he was playing the part of a Mexican general, a corrupted Mexican general.
Oh, I'll have to look it up. I'm really curious now.
Thomas Millian. Thomas Millian is the name of the actor.
Okay. So another question tied into movies. Have you ever cried at a movie?
Of course. I mean, that's, I know probably think people say, why guys cry? I mean, come on. I mean, you want to say lies? I think every guy, normal human being, will cry if there is the right movie. Nothing wrong with crying. I mean, I remember the first movie I really cried when I was a young man was, what is the name? With about the Highlander, the guy, come on, my brain.
Braveheart?
Braveheart, brava, you read my mind, yes. The final scene when they completely, mutilate him and they do all this torture to him, it really made me cry, that part. I'm going to tell you, it was very emotional.
That was pretty brutal. So how old were you at the time?
I don't know, maybe I was, I don't know, I was young, probably, I'm not sure exactly, but I was a teenager, maybe 17, something like that. Maybe a little older. But the point was pretty emotional at the end, especially because it was more than just the physical torture. It was all the sacrifice that this man was trying to do, I mean, he did, and the betrayal from the lords of his part of the country, and anyway, the whole story was pretty sad.
Yeah, we're not really used to sad endings in movies. So another question, a little more fun. What's your favorite car?
Really, honestly, I don't care about cars. I grew up in a car dealer family. I mean, my father used to be a car dealer, on a car dealer. And I could have almost every car I wanted. But the problem that I was always in boarding schools. And after when I left, when I grew up, I was in the age to drive. I really didn't need to drive that much because I was always close to the ocean. And I didn't need to drive that far. So, but the point is, for me, a car is a way to to transport myself. I never found a car like a status symbol or, oh my gosh, I need a specific car. So any car that is safe and is reliable and it doesn't break down, I like it. Now, in general, lately, since I've been living, in a rural America, especially here in Mohave County, I like, for example, a truck where I can transport my stuff and equipment and rifles and everything else. So I like a truck, and also I like, if it's possible, 4x4. But lately I've been driving, I bought this Mustang, and I like always to buy used cars, and I'm very proud of it because I believe that sales tax is a sin, especially when it comes down to cars. And so I bought this used Mustang, and I really like it. And it's nice and drives great. I can go anywhere I want, and it's cheap on gas. I'm always looking at that too. I don't like give money to the state with the sale tax, and of course also the everything. Why should I pay for something that I don't really need it? So I'm not really a car guy, but I'm happy with a good car that works. That's all I care.
Okay, so you're a pretty practical guy when it comes to cars. So
yeah.
Next question.
Wow.
If there was any place in the world that you could go, where would it be, and why would you choose that place out of everywhere?
Honestly, it's funny because lately I've been asking myself this, and I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I like Arizona, and even first of all, before even I look at Arizona, if I look at the other parts of the world, there is no place I would go beside for a vacation. Maybe I'm pretty too spoiled now for the things I can do here in this state, comparing to what I could not do anywhere else. I mean, I went to Canada just like a few weeks ago, and I realized
right.
as much as a beautiful scenery, as a beautiful land, and of course, it's different maybe in the weather, but there are different parts anyway. Still, I could not survive more than a week there with my way I lead my life, just the idea that I cannot even, it's not just about the guns part, it's about much more. I mean, everywhere you go, you realize that exactly you're still under some sort of, let's say, Canada, for example, you're under the crown, and so Australia, and so New Zealand, and there are many other parts of the world that you don't have the basic rights that we're supposed to have here. And when I say we're supposed to, because of course we let them go, but we still have them. I mean, nobody really has a Declaration of Independence. No other country has a Bill of Rights. And the Constitution that the goal is to constrain the government, not the people. So, no, there is no other place I would like to stay beside America. And specifically, after I've been living here in Arizona, even, of course, it's not perfect. There is always something to improve. But for the weather and for the opportunity that I can exercise my rights and the open space that I like, I don't want to go anywhere else but here in Arizona. And of course, I have a special place in Arizona that I like even more, little more remote, but even Mohave County, it's one of my favorite places.
Well, that's a good answer. It makes me feel good since I've never really been out of Arizona.
Wow.
So it makes me feel lucky when instead of saying, oh my gosh, I wish I could go to Europe or to the Caribbean, if I'm in, you've seen all of that. So if you can choose this as your favorite place, then that makes me feel not so bad.
If you have a chance to go there for a vacation, it's always nice, so you can come back and compare, Otherwise, you always have this sort of curiosity, say, maybe I'm missing something. But the point is, Europe in general, it is probably right now, in my opinion, unless you are one of the novelties, one of the rich families out there, it's terrible for the average citizen, average human being, because it's really over-taxation and over-regulation. And at the end of the day, the person is not anymore, doesn't have any basic rights. I mean, even the right of freedom of speech in Europe doesn't exist. So that's the point. People don't understand what we have here. Sometimes we forget, or maybe we don't even just understand it,
That's right, and not even know that we have something that other people don't have.
Exactly.
So now, since you've been all over the world, and you've had like the types of food they serve out, like, different food than they serve here in this part of the world, what's your favorite food that you've had anywhere?
You know what? First of all, I'm not been everywhere around the world. For example, I'm very proud that I miss places like Africa. I couldn't go there. Honestly, I'm sorry. And nothing against the Africans people. I mean, they're great people. I just don't like it. Sorry. I don't like the humidity. I don't like the monsters, animals that they have. and all the insects. So no, I'm not for Africa, so I didn't go there. I didn't go to China. I didn't go to other parts like that. So stay away from that part of the world. But and of course, I didn't go to let's say Muslim countries, and that's also I'm very proud of it. I couldn't. I mean, I was offered to go there for business, and I said no, thanks. To teach in a Egyptian village windsurf when I was younger. I said no, I can't do that. But regardless, wherever I've been around, I always try to understand, or at least try the local food. But at the end of the day, let's put it this way: I like simple things. I like simple foods. Anything that has become too sophisticated or too much, too many flavor mix, I don't like it. I don't like refined food. I don't like processed food. So I'm open to everything. I can eat. When I was in Polynesia, I used to eat really. It was called raw fish cooked with lemon. Okay, think about it, and mixed with the coconut milk. That was pretty much one of my main meals when I was there, and I like it there. That was fine. Now my favorite food is what I can grow, what I can also use in my own kitchen without too much stress, and I like simple things. So I go from, for example, I like a lot grains like Roman farro, that is a sort of a spelt. I like lentils. I like fish like salmon, wild salmon. I like, of course, some of my pasta. I try to get always the best quality. But at the end of the day, as much as I like pasta, of course, I like simple things mixed together, like vegetables, the eggs of my chickens, and of course, as I said, wild salmon, fish, quinoa. I think I eat pretty simple, almost like I don't know, probably a farmer, and I like it. And for me, that's the way makes me feel better.
Okay. It's a coincidence that you mentioned farro because I've never seen it before, but I was shopping in Smith's today and happened to notice a bag of it, and it looks kind of like wheat, is it?
Yeah, it's an ancient grain. It's technically came before the, wheat. What we call wheat is some sort of a genetically processed, alteration of the original grains that we used to have. So it's a modern grain. Farro is one of the ancient grains before the real wheat. And it was very famous, especially during the Romans' time, when the troops, the soldiers, they used to carry a ratio with them. And that was the main staples of food because they really like it. It's really strong, full of energy. Beside the complex carbs that you have minerals, you have vitamins, you got also some sort of proteins. And I tell you, for my body type, I really settle very, very well with farro. When I eat that, I feel very energetic. I can go and really march for hours. And I'm not really a meat person, especially the last few years. I don't know. I started to realize that maybe I don't have to kill mammals. First of all, I don't really settle right. I think, my opinion, we are not cats, we are not lions, we are not dogs or wolves. Our digestive tract is pretty long and not straightforward like you have in a cat. You go to your mouth straight to your butt. I mean, our food stays inside us for hours, even days. So I realized that when you eat too much red meat, especially, it starts to putrefy inside your system with toxins and creates all different things that could be also makes you feel heavy and also dangerous, in my opinion. So I don't like that.
Pretty disgusting when you talk about it like that.
I know it's true. It is true. I mean, it stays. You can have a steak inside your body for 3 days. Okay.
Well, there goes my barbecue tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, and on top, I really always say, I believe that life is precious. Okay, even the life of a cow. After all, a cow has feelings too. People may laugh at me. They think, "Oh my God, this is the gun, guys. Are you kidding me?" No, I'm not telling you what to do, guys. I'm not judging you. You can eat all the cows you want. But honestly, if I have to spare a cow today, because I know at the end of the day, it's not really that good for my body anyway. And I can eat maybe, I don't know, even just some eggs. I'm not a vegetarian here. I eat cheese, so I don't want to sound like an hypocrite. I eat fish. But I try to draw a line when it comes to mammals because I think they're really close to us. And if I really am hungry, I'm starving, nothing else to eat, I will go for it. But I believe now, for example, for many reasons, for ethical reasons and also for health reasons, I mean, today's cows that you buy at these places like, Smith's or Safe or whatever, unless you have really grass-fed cows that they are organically grown. You eat a bunch of hormones, antibiotics, and steroids. In this case, estrogens. That they're not good for you anyway. So no, I stay away from cows. I think the last time I really ate a burger was years ago, and it was even my first choice, just because I had to. But honestly, no. And I don't go for sure. I never go to fast food. That's the only fast food I go is I don't want to name them brand, but let's put it this way. It's some sort of a Mexican style fast food that they cook in front of you. I can see the kitchen, and they don't use any type of GMO, and all the ingredients are fresh in front of you. That's all I think I eat.
Okay. And so just changing gears a little bit, back to the idea of love. So what's your favorite romantic activity?
What do you mean, romantic activity?
It's just in general. It's just an open question, so you can name whatever you think is a really romantic thing you like to do. Like,
okay.
What do you like to do that's romantic?
Well, I like to do this. Okay, let me read this little. It's not even a poem. It's a vision that I had. It's part of my new coming book, and probably it shows what I would like to have if I could, use my imagination. One romantic moment I could share with somebody. Okay, can I read it to you?
Sure.
Okay, it's called "Good Night, Darling." Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes I wish the world would stop with us, just you and me under these countless stars. Nothing but the sound of our breath, while you lay your head on my chest, feeling the universe in and outside us, getting lost for eternity in each other's arms. Good night, darling. That would be my romantic moment I would like to have.
It's really sweet.
Under the stars, laying on top of each other, pretty much. Okay.
So you cuddle then.
It's more than cuddling. It's like, let's say, becoming one person, one unit under the universe. It's almost like two microcosm, one microcosm and the microcosm outside. I don't know how to explain. We are one, and we look at our universe inside, and we look out there. That from this little planet, we are like two little ants, and outside you can see the infinity of of what's out there. And I don't know. It's kind of it's more than just cuddling, in my opinion. But yeah, pretty much the idea also that.
Oh, you're kind of deep. So it's more than just cuddling. So
Very deep.
What do you notice when you first meet a girl?
What do you mean? What do you notice when I meet somebody that I may like?
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, I like somebody who's has pride in the way she take care of herself. I don't like people that they are. I don't know. I don't want to use the word slobby, or is it right, slobby? Slobs? Okay, slobs. I like people that they take care of themselves. It doesn't need that you need to be wearing expensive clothing, but you're neat and you try to take care of yourself. Number one. Number two, somebody who has decent manners. I don't like people that they are. I don't know. Sometimes you see some women that they look very beautiful, and then they start to act like I don't know, some sort of nasty guys. I'm not really into that. I like people that have little dignity and little decor in some ways. Doesn't mean that they're shy, but and what else? I like people that also they don't try to to put. I like people that themselves. I don't know how to explain. You just be yourself. Okay. Sometimes people
do you like tattoos?
Yeah, I'm okay with tattoos. Yes, tattoos can be fine if you wear them the right way. I mean, if you have tattoos that just because you need to force on you, no. But if there is tattoos that somehow they can be part of your lifestyle or who you are, I don't judge on tattoos. No, I don't. I have some tattoos myself. I don't have many, but I don't have a problem with tattoos at all.
Okay, you don't have a problem with tattoos on women, then? Okay, that's good.
No, I mean, as I said, if you have tattoos that look like a bunch of just, I don't know, name of your boyfriends, honestly, no, I couldn't. I would have a little bit of a problem. Sometimes they put all these names out, like, and dates and things that kind of little I don't know, too much, in my opinion. But if you have tattoos that they are like, for example, belongs to your religion or to your beliefs or who you are, sometimes there are people really, they are not just trying to fake it. That's the way they live. That's the lifestyle. I mean, when I was in Polynesia, for example, I met girls that they had tattoos, and they weren't just tattoos for fashion. They were really tribal tattoos. That's the way they are there.
Okay, so this brings another question. So, are you a religious guy?
Not really. I mean, I believe in God, but I don't believe in religion. I'd say evolve in that area, in my opinion. People may think I went away from religion. No, I really believe that religion itself, it's a tool to manipulate humans. I don't care if you're a Catholic or if you are, let's say, an Orthodox Jew or anything, or a Muslim or of course, like whatever you want to call, like LDS. The point is, anytime there is a man who wants to jump on the podium, okay, and start to talk down to other people and telling them what they're supposed to do and what God is saying that you should do, I believe that is a fraud, because after all, it's just another human being trying to manipulate you. So I was a former Catholic. I grew up Catholic. But even when I was a young man, I always questioned the Catholic world, because I was saying, why should I bow down to a man? I never done that, and I never liked the idea. And I always tried to listen and, more important, read the history. And I said, look what these popes have been doing. They've been leading armies. They've been chopping people's head. They've been, having women and sex and, humans very behaviors. So no, I don't believe these people, they supposed to declare themselves, God on earth. And so all the other prophets or leaders in other religions, I believe that they're just using their position to manipulate others. So I'm not a religious person. I don't go to churches. Once in a while I might go just for a place. By the end of the day, I believe that my church is wherever I am, especially if I am in the nature. That's my church. And I don't need a middleman to believe in God.
Okay, that's a really nice idea. Like your nature's your church. So, are you superstitious at all, even if you're not really religious?
No, I'm not superstitious, but I believe that if there is a karma somehow. You do things that are bad, they somehow will come back at you some way. So, and even if sometimes people say, you do good, sometimes you get slapped back. I believe that I try to do good, I try to be good, and there is always somehow, in a long way, first of all, for your personal satisfaction, I believe that if you can do good things, you feel better at the end, even in a selfish way. By the end, also, it comes back to you in different ways.
Okay. So, what's your favorite time of year? The weather's been going back and forth here lately, like from hot to cold again. So, what's your favorite time of year? Do you like it when it's cooler out, or when it's really hot in the summer here? Or?
Well, it's funny because I like it all. I mean, there is a flavor for everything. I'm kind of even the summertime here is pretty brutal. I can handle pretty well. I can go out and be 130 degrees. Obviously, I did a video last year or so. Last year was the middle of July. And of course, it's not exactly something you want to do every day. But the point is, I think there is a flavor for every season. The beautiful thing, we have different seasons here. And winter here is not too extreme. But yeah, I don't like extreme cold. I mean, I could not live, for example, in places like Montana. I mean, it would be kind of maybe interesting for a couple of days, but to spend most of my winter time locked in a bedroom would be too much. I couldn't do that. I need the sun. I need to go out and work. So I like spring. Of course, it's beautiful. I think everybody likes spring, I guess. That's pretty much the story.
Okay. So I remember you talking one time about video games. Do you still play a lot of video games, or do you have a favorite video game?
Wait a second. I realize here that it's like 29 minutes into the hour, and you're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom, and say, what the heck am I doing here? I'm answering to all these private questions. Probably people say, why do we care? Listen, what's your name, Sylvia?
Yes.
See, I think we need to take a break here because I just spaced out. Yeah, I realized that it is like 30 minutes into my personal life that, and I don't think people are really that interested in if I play video games or not, or whatever my personal weather. I think we are really too much carried away here. Maybe we should do something. Let's play a little song, okay? And then I'll bring you back, and then I can share some other ideas, okay?
Okay.
All right, don't go away. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca and Zanna. I'll play a little song, and we come back. This is kind of a different, unusual hour that I am playing. Normally, I ask the questions. And more important, normally, I don't really talk too much like this about myself, but that's okay. A caller wanted to call, and that's fine. Let me play this little song, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't all go away. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca and Zanna. All right, and that was Encounter. It was music that I co-wrote with my friend Simone Cielo, is an Italian friend of mine from Rome. And one of the few times I co-wrote together, and I really enjoy it. It's a sound little track. It's part of a little collection that people can buy on Amazon. It's called Horror Music Volume 1. And that was a song that, not even a song, it's a music track about, if you listen to it, you can, at least the way I visualize, like an encounter with an alien, just to let you know. All right. Are you still there, Sylvia, from Mohave County?
Yes, I'm still here. I hope I'm not the one who inspired that. It was kind of spooky. So can I ask you some more questions?
Well, I should like ask you some questions now. It's my turn, okay? I mean, I gave you about... Now, let me ask you
one more question. Like, what's the scariest moment in your life, since you just played such a spooky song?
Well, there are many, let's put it this way. The scariest moment of my life, probably, when I had to... when I was at school, and I had to do homework, and I wasn't ready for Greek, ancient Greek. That was very scary. My professor was very scary for me at the time. And also, I don't know. I don't really, at least, I don't know about, I don't want to sound like a big shot, but when it comes down to death, to myself, I'm not afraid. I don't consider scare. I'm not looking forward, but I don't fear death. I'm more afraid for other people. They are close to me, that they could be in danger, or that made me feel afraid. So without getting into details, that's pretty much all I can say.
Okay. So, you wanted to ask me questions now, or?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, are you single? Are you married? Where are you?
I'm separated right now.
Okay. Um, any type of age bracket you have? Are you in?
What do you mean? You want to know how old I am?
Yeah.
What age of women do you like?
Oh, no, it's not about me. It's about just to know you. I mean, I'm not trying to get a date here, okay? I'm just curious.
Okay, I'm 38.
All right. So a young lady. And I heard a little background noise of maybe a baby you got around. Are you a single mom?
Yes, I am.
Perfect.
I actually wanted to sign up for one of your classes.
Did you already sign up at one of my classes?
Well, let's just put it this way. You might see me tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. Since you mentioned it, let me remind here what we're talking about. First of all, if you're listening to this show, my name is Luca Zanna. I'm not just the host of this Love, Guns, and Freedom, but also I am a firearms instructor. And I teach CCW classes, concealed carry permit classes in Mohave County and all over Arizona. And I offer a special for single moms who are, living still with their kids, or at least their kids, they're living with them, and they have no boyfriends or husband around. I would like to help them out. And I cannot do this every time, but I have a limited, seats in each class that I give them free class. My CCW classes, they're already very affordable. If people are curious, you can go to azccw.us. You can see the curriculum. It's one of the most complete curriculum really in Arizona when it comes down to how to carry a gun, where to carry, self-defense, or different things. Normally it's $85 per person. If you bring a friend, you got $20 off. But if you're a single mom, and if you send me an email, and I want to just, I always have to try to, as I said, balance the class. I cannot just put a class all single moms, but I will give you also a free class, $85 value. So that's the story. So if you're already booked, I'm glad you did. And so maybe I'm going to meet you in person then.
Yes.
All right. Any other thing would you like to ask me before I let you go?
Oh, I get to ask you more questions. Okay.
One. That's it. Well enough here.
Okay. So what's the craziest thing you've ever done?
In which sense?
In any sense. Like, I'll leave it open so I can get maybe something that surprises me.
I don't know. Listen, be on the air is pretty crazy for me, especially when I started it, because sometimes I believe that somebody with my limitations, at least, I'm not saying that I cannot speak, but I never thought I could be able to articulate my thoughts on the air, especially when I was live. So it was kind of, I don't know, a little crazy, but maybe a little more when I was 22 or something like that, 21, 22, I forgot. I went to Arkansas in a little town called Jonesboro, and I decided that the year I wanted to learn how to fly. And the scary thing that, I could not even drive my car really yet. I was not a really good driver because I was always around, surfing and windsurfing. I never really spent time driving too much when I was young. So, and I said, I want to start learning how to fly. And my English, think is bad now, excuse me. And I left Italy. I went to this little place in the middle of nowhere. I booked a school and I did all my education, at least my course. And I was able to finally fly by myself and also obtain a federal license, pilot license. And that was pretty crazy because I tell you, if I had a son like that, I would probably break his knee before he leaves the house and doing stuff like that, because just the fact that I could not even speak English very well. A couple of times I got in serious trouble when I was flying alone over an Air Force base, and I didn't know what they wanted. And I know that they want to scramble the jets because I could not understand them really. But beside that, it was pretty.
So that was before 9/11.
Oh yeah, that was I was 21, so it was a long time.
So you were lucky.
Yeah, I'm lucky. Everything went okay. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. I think now, thinking about it, to go by myself in a little place, not knowing anybody, and try to learn my books and studying. And apply myself to become an air pilot.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
And to be back. So listen, Sylvia, I'm really glad that you called in. And let me just leave you with a poem. At this point, this is the hour of love. And, I would like to, at this point, I already did this on the air a few times. And all the poems I say here, they're part of the new book called Perfectly Crazy. Should be ready probably by next few weeks. It's going to be available on Amazon. And there are exactly 69 erotic poems and love visions with forbidden Italian erotic phrases by myself. These poems, they span from when I was a young man. Some of the poems I wrote them probably before even I spoke English. I was really broken English, probably more broken than now. And then, of course, during the years, and I put them all together, and I compiled them, and they are in alphabetical order. And some they are very romantic, some they are mostly, let's say, erotic, but there is always some sort of interesting feeling because they are real. Things that I may be proud, some things I may not be proud, but it's part of my life, a part of who I was, and also who I am still. So, but let me see. I have the limitation of the FCC rules, so I cannot read everything I wish. But I'm gonna read you first of all, before you leave, something that is, let's say, pretty nice. Okay, I'm not gonna go too heavy. Okay. So let's say, for example, let me read this. So this is kind of romantic. It's PG-13, okay? For you, I would like to be a tear, born from your eyes, live on your face, die on your lips. For you, I would like to be an angel, always staying by your side, never leaving you alone in the darkness of this life. For you, I would like to be the wind, blowing softly through your hair, caressing you all night, sailing together in the sky. For you, I would like to be the ocean, let you swim into my arms, let you sink into my love, never leave you alone. For you, I would like to be the world and everything to you, but tonight I'm just a man, and I love you. All right, Sylvia, you still there?
Oh my God, I'm going to be thinking about that during our class tomorrow.
No, you need to be focused, okay? Don't think and don't ask me any poems tomorrow whenever I see you, okay?
So can I get a dedication if I buy your book?
Yes, you will get a dedication. Just write a note in the email, and I will write you one, okay? Now,
Okay.
at this point, thank you very much for your call. I appreciate it. And, as I said, anybody out there who has something to say, not like Sylvia, of course. Sylvia really went over line, my opinion, but that's okay. It was nice. But if you want to ask me questions about, by the way, this is the hour about love. This is fine. This is exactly the hour we can do things like this. Normally, the first hour we go straight to business, freedom, rights, and all this stuff. Second hour is about guns. This is the hour about humanity. And even sometimes just talking about things that may look like little frivolous or little light. By the way, they're not light. It's part of who we are. We cannot just always fight or always be out there and protest and do that and do this. Sometimes we need to relax and just think about it like this. Are you looking for a date, Sylvia? You have anybody looking for you, or you looking for somebody?
Are you propositioning me?
No, I'm just curious. This is the hour about love, so I'm trying to maybe hook you up with somebody, okay? Because if you're looking for somebody, we can try to remember.
Yes.
So I can.
I'm open to that, definitely.
Okay, perfect. So that's nice. Now, little bit of description. First of all, what type of hair color do you have, and body type? Go along. Go ahead and explain yourself.
Well, I have black hair now, but it's not naturally black. It's more of like a light brown, like a honey color, naturally. And so I have like pink streaks on the end right now. Just how a lot of people are getting like the blue and pink streaks. So
Wow.
I've got black on the top and pink on the bottom.
Wow, kind of an alternative hair color. What type of eyes do you have? You're blonde, brown, black eye. What do you have?
I don't have blonde eyes. I have blue eyes.
Oh, excuse me. I was thinking about the hair. You're right. Blonde eyes. So anyway, so you blue eyes. Okay. So you're kind of a Nordic type. How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
Okay. Body type, how would you describe yourself? Like skinny, curves, or
Well,
athletics?
I'm pretty slim, but I'd say I've got the right kind of curves.
Okay, beautiful. Sound like a plan. Um, any other thing we should know? I mean, first of all, since this they are about love, let me ask some serious questions now. First of all, what type of person are you looking for? I mean, are you looking for a friend, looking for a date, looking for, I don't know, just some company or for some sex? What are you, or the love of your life? I'm pretty straightforward here.
Well, I'd like a date, first of all. I mean, I have a lot of friends, but I'm looking for something more romantic and then see how it goes from there.
Okay, so like, what is your ideal date out? Or maybe, let's say me and you, we want to date. We never met in person. Where should we go? What is your preferred place you would like to start with?
I like going to the lake or to the river just to get to some water here, especially when the weather starts getting warmer. Um, I like to eat out.
Okay. Any special restaurant?
Well, there's some good ones. I don't know if you want me to name names or
Yeah,
not,
go ahead,
but
go ahead, go ahead.
I like the type of food you don't like. But since you sort of grossed me out this evening, I might try something new. Do you have any suggestions for like vegetarian restaurants or?
No, because I'm not a vegetarian, really. I eat other things. I eat fish, I eat cheese, I eat eggs, I eat even chicken, but I'm not really into just vegetarian. But normally I like to eat at home. I like to cook, and that's I have more control. But, I understand the first day would be a little too brutal, just go straight home. So we got to find some place, maybe,
I would be okay with that.
What do you mean? You'll be okay?
I would be okay with that. Sure, I would go straight to your house.
Are you serious?
And you can cook me some farro.
Oh God, this is like a prank call now. I know that. I know this is a prank call. Okay, so you'll be okay. You're kind of
I'm
aggressive.
really serious. You can take me up on it tomorrow and see what kind of prank it is.
Oh God, guys, this is
And
this is a radio show. Okay, this is kind of getting too much now. Okay, guys, you're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca Zanna, and no, I wouldn't go the first time by myself to a date to a lady as much can be attractive that I do not know, and not because I'm trying to be precious, but I think it's a little too much, don't you think?
After all the questions, I know you pretty well, especially since I've been listening to you for years now.
Okay.
You're not exactly a stranger.
All right.
I know where to find you.
Oh, really? Great. I need to lock the gates then tonight. Okay. All right, listen, Sylvia, you're a very interesting lady, and I really appreciate your friendship and you listening. By the way, I should send you definitely a little gift now, okay? What would you like, a bag of coffee or one of my CDs, or maybe both? What type of
You
coffee?
can surprise me and put something in my hand tomorrow.
What did you say?
You'll see me in person tomorrow, so you don't need to send anything. You can put it right in my hand.
No. When I do CCW classes, I do not put anything in your hands like coffee or CDs or music. We just stick to gun classes.
What about guns?
Guns too. You will see the plastic guns tomorrow. They're not gonna be live guns. Gonna be all plastic guns, and you will get it yourself. But okay, I see it. I understand. Now at this point, I think we should close this part with a little maybe song. Okay, many of my songs, I guess, if you listen to my show. Anything can I play just for you, Sylvia?
Do you have one that's like the poem that you just read?
For you, the music, the song version, yes, I do. And I will play that for you. Now, since last thing before I let you go, because it's very interesting, call it Little Freak Me Out tonight. What is your zodiac sign? Just to understand what type of craziness you have in your mind. I mean, what type of sign are you?
I'm Scorpio.
I think that's, are you the typical Scorpio? I mean, all the Scorpions are like you? I mean, I'm just trying to understand what type of Scorpio.
They're like passionate.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're pretty passionate. All right, listen, Sylvia, I really appreciate your friendship and listening again. I will play right now for you, And hopefully I'll see you at the class. If I don't, because I may play sick tomorrow, you're gonna have my substitute, okay?
Well, I'm sure you'll have other classes.
All right. Thank you very much, Sylvia. I appreciate it, okay? All right, guys. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom. We look at Zanna. Yes, anything goes on this show. You can call. We can have fun. We are over 18. And that's pretty much the spirit of the show. You know, as I'm a very conservative guy when it comes down to socioeconomics, you know, taxes and small government, all this stuff. When it comes down to love life, here we are over 18, as I said, and hey, we are free to say whatever we want until we offend somebody else. In this case, you know, we are talking like adult people, we're having fun. If you don't like what I'm saying here on the air, just change channel. If your morals think that maybe I'm too much, I don't know, alternative, you don't have to listen to this show, seriously. But this is who I am, okay? We are just enjoying a little bit of friendship, nothing else. Meanwhile, I want to say something. Let me play this song, first of all, for you, dedicated to Sylvia and to all my listeners, seriously, guys and girls, okay? And then I'll close up. Don't go away. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca Zanna.
Just a man, oh baby, and I love
He's a songwriter, a poet, a rifleman,
I'm not afraid,
and a constitutional activist.
I'm not afraid,
Italian by birth,
I'm not afraid,
American by choice. Gianluca Zanna.
I'm not afraid.
And his new CD, Love, Guns, and Freedom. 16 powerful songs on one CD from the heart of a patriot. For download or to order the CD, go to www.lovegunsfreedom.com. That's www.lovegunsfreedom.com. Lyrics for your mind, music for your heart. Luca Zanna's new CD, Love, Guns, and Freedom.
There we go. We're at the end. This is the final few minutes of Love, Guns, and Freedom of today's show, Sunday, the 30th of April 2017. That was a song for you that I wrote years ago. You can find it, of course, on Amazon.com, on iTunes, or many other places. But the best way, you go to www.zanna.us. You can download it for just 99 cents, and I appreciate it. By the way, that was an interesting call. It went more than I thought. Supposed to be a quick call, but wow. Sylvia from Mohave County, wherever you're from, I mean, interesting lady. Looking forward to spending time with you at the classes, but be sure and be clear, I'm a very professional guy. When I do classes, no matter what classes, I never mix my personal feelings or things, okay? So we go there, we do classes, okay? I'm not trying to do these single moms classes to have a date. I don't need that. I want to just give you the best service I can. But she's a funny lady. I think she's just joking anyway, so I appreciate her sense of humor, okay? Now, looking about classes, we have more classes coming exactly in Kingman in May. Exactly is going to be the next class Saturday, the 13th in Kingman at the On Target Enterprise LLC, exactly on Ashfork Avenue. It's a gun shop, and we will do that day, Saturday the 13th, another concealed carry permit class. So if you want to do that class, please go to azccw.us or just email me, zanna@zanna.us, and I will give you the information, okay? Now, beside that, I had a great time, a great weekend, a great show. Looking forward to also talk to you next Sunday, God's willing. I want to remind you, I am producing a video. It's going to be almost like a movie for the new Skady rifle. So if you're a lady who looks like a little bit like a Norse Viking goddess, email me. I want you as a star in my movie, okay? It's a short movie commercial. You can email me at zanna@zanna.us. All right? Now, the movie is going to be called about Skady, and you can watch the shooting of the rifle at Skady, Skadi rifle.com, SkadyRifle.com. Talk to you next Sunday. Thank you very much, and ciao.